Okay, let's flip this over onto the back. And our goal is to add a couple of new shapes for some graphs. We're going to go ahead and come up with an XY table. Now, we're going to be smart about how we do this. Folks, what is the smallest number that we can take a square root of? We can't take a square root of negative. What's the smallest number we can take a square root of? 1. There's actually a number smaller than that we can take a square root of. 0, right? What is the square root of 0? What can you multiply by itself to give 0? 0. So if we put 0 in for x, the square root of 0 is 0, okay? What's the next smallest number I can take a square root of and not get decimals? 1. What multiplies by itself to give 1? 1. What's the next smallest number I can take a square root of and not get decimals? Square root of 4 is 2. 8. What's the square root of 8? No. 4 plus 4 is 8, but 4 times 4 is not 8. So what would be next? What else could I take a square root of? That's 16 is going to be on our list, but there's something smaller between 4 and 9. What's the square root of 9? What multiplies by itself to give 9? 3. Are you noticing a pattern for our y's? 0, 1, 2, 3. What do you suppose the next one's going to be? What do I take the square root of to get 4? 16. We could kind of just work backwards now, right? Let's fill in our y's. It's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8. What do we take the square root of to get 5? 25. 6 would be 36. 7 times 7 is 49. 8 times 8 is 64. Some of you have some pretty strong mental math skills, and that's great. Some of us, it's a little bit rustier. I'll tell you, folks, that the quicker you can kind of build up those mental math skills, the easier things are going to be for you. We'll do our best to make sure you got a calculator in case you can't pull it off in your head. But the way to actually build those mental math skills is to challenge yourself to try it without your calculator and then check it with your calculator. So if you're not sure, try and think what it is in your head, make a guess, and then check it against your calculator. If you challenge yourself to try it before you actually put it in the calculator, you'll find that you'll start getting more and more of them right, and you'll be able to do it faster and faster. Okay, let's graph this. 0, 0 is here. 1, 1 is here, and then we got 4, 2. So 4 in the x, 2 in the y would be up there. 9, 3. So 9 in the x, 3 in the y. 16, 4. Oh, it's almost like the person who made this handout designed this graph perfectly so we could get that 1 point on there. We can't get them all on there though, can't we? So let's go ahead and draw this thing. And I would say it would continue going in that direction forever and ever and ever. So this is the shape of a square root graph. So let's do our little analysis. The shape is square root. Is there an x-intercept? Does it touch the x-axis anywhere? At 0, 0. So write down 0, 0 and label that x-intercept. Is there a y-intercept? Does it touch the y-axis anywhere? Oh, 0, 0. Oh, I'm just going to label it y-intercept also. It's an x-intercept and a y-intercept. Sometimes that happens. Is there a minimum? That's a very versatile point. It's a minimum too. We do not talk about a vertex. How about a maximum? No max, because it would keep going up forever and ever. So we're going to write no max. Symmetry? Any line of symmetry? No. No line of symmetry. What's that? We're not turning this in. This is for your notes. I'm trying to think. I should probably look at my checklist. That's why we made the checklist, right? What am I missing here? Did we get everything? There's no vertex. We did max and min, symmetry, x, y, and then we did the shape. That's everything. Cool. All right. Hey, for this last one, put 0 is 0 in here because the cube root of 0 is 0. Do you know what the cube root of 1 is? It's 1, because 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. The next one would be 8. Do you know what the cube root of 8 is? 2. And anybody know what the next one is? 27. What's the cube root of 27? 3. Anybody know what the next one is? It's 4 times 4 times 4, which is 64. Good for you. And it turns out with cube roots, we can just reverse those also. So -1, -8 with -2, -27 with -3, -64 with -4. Let's graph this one as well, and then I'll let you guys do the analysis piece on this. And then we'll call it a day. You guys have done an awesome job this week. I think you deserve a little bit of time to relax. Yeah, we gotta. So this is that kind of S shape is what makes me think of a cube root. So for a shape here, we would say cube root. So whenever you see an S-shaped graph, you're going to describe it as a cube root. And if you would like to, go ahead and practice doing your x-intercepts, y-intercepts. There is no line of symmetry here. There's no min, there's no max. We don't talk about vertex for this. All right, if you've got individual questions, I'll be around.